Do you like the free flow?
I do like the free flow.
Welcome to the Ash and Burns podcast. Two guys don't know what we're talking about, but come along for the ride. We talk about politics, religion, sex, video games, movies, pop culture, conspiracies, aliens, ghosts, Bigfoots, and
anything and everything.
That's right, Ash and Burns podcast.
Rolled up into a big juicy burrito. What's it taste of? Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Ooh, getting chubber.
You are?
I'm all bloated up.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah, it happens to the best, I guess. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to update you. Big deal. Remember last podcast, I was like, I've been watching videos on this kettlebell. Oh,
That's right.
Yeah, bro.
Have you got your one?
Yes.
And how are you doing?
So I went Monday and I bought a 35-pounder because that video said, man, you can start with 35 pounds. So I was like, I'm going to buy 35 pounds, which was like $65, by the way. Yes. And I bought
$2 a pound-ish?
And I bought the cheap one because there was another one that was wrapped or coated, and that thing was like $75. But then I bought a 20-pound one because the wife wanted one. Cheap one too, but that was more like $30. And then I bought me a weighted jump rope.
Okay.
Yeah, a little weighted handle jump rope.
Yeah.
And it's adjustable too, so you can like unscrew it, adjust the rope, and then take the weights out if you want, because the weights are like little metal, just like they're like 3 ounces a piece.
Now, you're feeling stronger, right? More capable?
Well, no. This week has been bull crap because I bought it Monday and I went home and I was like, I'm going to start out. I'm going to do my work. I'm going to start working out.
Right.
So I got my 35-pound kettlebell and I held it and I squatted down and pull, and then because the workout is you thrust with your hips. You don't really like stand up with your legs, but you thrust.
Right.
And then with the thrust motion, it's supposed to throw the kettlebell up, and then your arms don't really pick up. It's just more of like guidance.
Yeah.
And so you pull it up till your arms are about equal with your chest, and then you go back down and squat and thrust. Squat. I did 3 sets of 15. So then I was like, all right, I'm feeling kind of good now. And then I did 3 sets of 10 of burpees.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Burpees should be called devils. They're tough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was rough. And I was like, and by this time I got done with that and I was really out of breath. I thought I was capable because I ran miles in a row.
It's a different set of muscles.
Yeah. And so I was like, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to finish off with jump roping. So I get up there and I jump rope a little bit. It said the best thing to do is go a full minute and then rest like a minute and then do 3 sets of 1 minute of jump roping.
Like a circuit or something. Yeah.
Yeah, basically. And so I could only do it for like 15 seconds before I bungled up it started hitting me and I had to restart and all this. And then by that time I was like, you know what, screw it. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now today, Friday. Today I can just now start setting down without it feeling like I'm getting stabbed in my legs, sitting down.
So you don't do rest days? Not yet.
No. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
You rested that much.
Today has been rest days because my legs have been killer. Now Tuesday I did work on upper body because my brother-in-law, he had these little dumbbells, but they're like the old plastic ones with like the concrete poured in, and they're 40 pounds, but it's together. So each arm's 20. So on Tuesday and Thursday, I did 30 curls with each arm, and then I would bend over and have them and then swing them up for my shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I did 3 sets of that. Yeah, I would count to 20, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, so it's basically 10 for each arm and then 10 shoulder. I'd put them down. I'd rest for about 30 seconds, pick it up, do the 20 curls and then the 10, like immediately. Wouldn't put the weights down, but immediately went to shoulders. So I did that on Tuesday and Thursday. And then on Wednesday and Thursday again, I walked 2 miles at 4 miles an hour. But my legs, dude.
You going to pick it back up, I guess, Monday or Sunday?
Well, I'll probably do it tomorrow, but I'm going to use the 20 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm going to sissify it.
I think the Rock talks about that. When he started lifting weights, he was always a big kid.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to lift weights like my dad. So he put like 160 on the bar.
It just went.
Yeah, he said, I couldn't. It's he's like, so start low.
Yeah. I thought 35 pounds was low.
It in my brain, I'm like, 35 pounds, no problem. Yeah. But,
dude,
I don't know.
He about killed me. Like, I literally
You're way better shape than me.
I could literally not sit down. Sitting down, I was like, I'd have to hold on to something and then lower myself down with my arms and shoulders because my legs.
Just done.
They couldn't. At work, dude, getting down and crawling. Oh, my goodness. It was rough this week off of one Monday workout with a kettlebell. I have been hurting. So, yeah. And then all I've really is 6 eggs for dinner. I'd fry them up in my cast iron skillet with bacon fat.
Oh, yeah.
Because every time I buy bacon, I drain it into the mason jar.
And you got a little extra, yeah.
And then it formed up, and then I just use that as especially in a cast iron skillet.
So good, huh?
Yeah, good, boy.
I hear you.
Yeah. So, and then tonight was my cheat night, but I probably really need, dude, fasting. Just going 24, 36, or even 48 hours, dude. I feel great.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I've done 24. I did 24 about 3 weeks ago. And not out of choice, just busy.
Yeah.
And, I felt great. I had like this boost of energy.
Yeah.
Mental clarity.
Yeah. Dude, if you can get the longest I've ever went was like 3, almost 4 full days. I think 4 days is 92 hours or something like that.
Well, 72 is 3. Right?
Yeah. So 94.
That makes sense, I guess.
I would probably say I went about 88 hours one time, the longest I've ever went. And dude, I felt really good. Really good.
Could you do a 7-day? I ain't got the willpower to do 2 days right now.
Well,
I'm like, I'm like, yeah, I'm fine.
I don't want to do go from 2 to 7.
Yeah.
I want to kind of work it up, but I really need to do like at least a 3-day. And dude, I don't know what it is because it's like your body it changes its fuel type. Because I watched a video, of course, but if you ever eat and you start feeling tired, it's because your body's burning sugar, and that's pretty much bad. That's bad because your body's not only burning it, but it's also shooting insulin out to collect it, and therefore you get all tired.
Oh, yeah. So look, especially after like lunch, you get some bull crap lunch, you're like.
Yeah, I felt that today because I had to go to Mebane, which is, like an hour away. And then I was driving back. I stopped in at Zaxby's because I was like, in Witsit because that's like the best flipping dude. And I know the dude that owns it. He's a franchise guy. But I got 10 wings and buffalo garlic. It's like one of their hotter sauces, and I got a ranch to dip it in. Dude, I ate that, and I started driving down the road, and I immediately felt like my stomach went like bloated out.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh. So
Late.
I probably have to. But also in the video it says that fried foods, depending on the oil that they fried in, but any seed oil is detrimental to your diet.
Yeah, ain't that weird how it went from fat, meat, oils, and stuff are bad for you to now it's like,
no, that's
that's actually good for you.
Yeah,
yeah,
dude. Like they're like, oh, don't eat a lot of eggs; it's cholesterol.
Nope.
No,
Eggs is
dude.
really good. Perfect, almost perfect food.
Yeah. The cholesterol that eggs have is good cholesterol. It's not bad cholesterol.
Yeah, I remember that. Don't eat eggs because I
No,
got cholesterol
dude.
issues anyway.
Yeah, no. I bet you if you only eat eggs for like 3 days, I bet you would start your cholesterol levels would really start coming down and
I bet it
balance
does.
out.
Yep.
But yeah, that was my workout, dude. I've been flipping hurting.
So
And then I wanted to fast sometime this week, but I didn't because I was like, if my legs are sore, you got to eat protein so that it'll fill it in. Or while your legs are shredded up because your muscles are all ripped up, your body will actually start consuming them if you go on a fast or something.
So protein and water to get the lactic acid out,
Yeah.
I guess.
So I drank a lot of water. I think I drank about 4 liters a day, and then I ate those 6 eggs, and then for lunch, I don't even really think I did lunch. No, but I did like some protein shakes and stuff too. But yeah, dude, this week, hurting, boy. So I got to eat. I got to go a little bit less hardcore. I mean, my shoulders and arms don't even feel sore right now, but my legs, good gravy. Legs are hurting.
Yeah, leg day. Some people skip it because it sucks.
Yeah, dude. You talking about when I got done Monday and I jump roping and I started walking inside, I was like, little goosey leg, a little goosey legged up, dude. But I did go inside, and then a lot of people say if if your muscles are sore, stretch a lot.
Yeah.
Stretching don't do anything, dude.
You don't think? I think it feels good temporarily. It feels good.
Yeah, but as soon like I stretched, and then it was like 5 minutes later they would be hurt again.
No.
The new technique is getting one of those hard foam rollers and just roll
take
it
the
out.
knots out and stuff.
Yeah, roll it out. But I used that little massager thing that I bought. It was like, and then I did the tops, and I rolled over, and my wife did the back of my
Your
legs.
hands hurts on it.
Oh, dude, it felt like I was being tortured.
Yeah,
man.
you're like,
but then it was like as soon as it hit, and it's like and then it was like
Yeah,
because it worked it out a little bit. But yeah, massaging.
So would a sauna be good for that, or a
Yes.
cold bath? Sauna would be good for that,
Heat is way better for sore
and the cold is better for
joints and ligaments. It does something where it releases a chemical so that your joint and ligaments don't tear and rip. But sauna is good for the muscle.
Okay.
So
Heart, muscle, lungs,
Yeah.
cardio. Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
So if you're going to do both, after a workout, you get to a sauna first, and then you would do a cold bath, ice bath after.
I thought it was opposite. The cold bath first and then sauna after.
I always heard cold bath before a workout, but that's just what I heard. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you just work out and then sauna, then do cold, or I would do cold workout and then sauna. But yeah, I need to get my sauna going, dude, because I was like, that would have been so sweet to have that sauna.
Costco has a 2-person sauna, really nice, for $1,700 right now. And I saw it has a I know. I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like,
Can I
would it
borrow
be worth it to
$1,700?
get I ain't got it. $1,700 for this sauna, or cheaper to build your own
Just
with
build
what you
your
find.
own.
And if it's nice, it has a electronic panel, has heaters built into it already, and all that.
Yeah.
But it's full glass doors, 2 of them.
The most expensive thing is probably buying like the heating source.
Yeah,
You know.
I'm thinking about doing infrared. It's easy to maintain. I don't know. And if I build one, I can switch out whatever I want to.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I'd like to get one of them old timey like wood stoves.
Yeah. I've seen them on little pot bellies. Like I've seen them online. Marketplace, like $100.
That way you can heat it up and then just dip some water on top and then steam it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
Get those those lava rocks. They won't pop when you put. I think lava rock, some kind of rock you actually put in, and we throw water
The
on it.
real
The rocks,
porous ones?
Yeah, the rocks won't explode on you and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. That's what you need. Boy.
So Sunday I did nothing. Yeah, I sit around and napped outside. Yeah, it was really nice.
Yeah.
And then Monday, I got into work and I had a lot of footwork to do, a lot of in and out, doing people,
I thought
seeing
you meant
people.
footwork.
Nah, a lot of walking Monday, not bad. And then I went to work the my other job, which is on my feet straight 8 hours, just walking.
Yeah.
And
So you got steps in this week.
yeah, well, that job, I'm up 8 hours pacing.
Dude, I try to get 10,000 per day.
I get about, I don't know how many I get. I got on my watch. So then I get off at work about 11:30. I come home. I got home about 12:10. Went to bed. Got up in the morning. Went to the HPX High Performance Expo in Charlotte with Mechanicsville.
Yeah.
And on the floor for like 5 hours, walking, interviewing, talking to people on my feet. I was like, God, man, I'm hurting. Got in the car to drive back for Charlotte, and I had like little hitch in my step, my heel spur on my. I formed a new heel spur on my right heel. I was like, that's kind of painful. So then, got home, went to bed, got up, went back to Charlotte the next day for the second day of the conference.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, this hurts, man, this hurts. And by halfway through the conference, I just had to sit down. You know, the boys were out doing interviews and stuff, and I was like, my back and my heel spurs killing me.
Yeah.
So we were going to do the HPX and then go to Bass Pro Shop and hang out, walk around. Nah, I was like, bro, I'm hurting.
Some guy things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, I don't want to go walk around either.
Yeah.
So then my heel spurs going crazy. I was just like, this is so painful. As soon as I dropped the guys off, I had to go to my sister-in-law's house and help them put up big giant posts.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, big giant posts. We put
For
up
the
probably about
garden.
4, 5, 6 posts. Like, these posts are like, no exaggeration, probably 18 foot.
Yeah.
They're humongous. They're
Yeah.
they're going to build a giant gate with it and all that stuff. Anyway, so pouring concrete, carrying these posts, digging holes.
Lot
And
of deer, huh?
yeah, keep the deer out of the garden.
Yeah.
And my heel spur's killing me. I didn't walked all day again, and now I'm there digging posts, and I was like, man, I'm tired. And then I got home.
Getting speech policed.
Yeah, I got speech policed. Yeah, don't say that. We don't like that word. Anyway, so then like I couldn't sleep. My legs hurt so bad.
Yeah.
The heel spur's throbbing all night, and my legs are just. I'm sedentary. I don't want to be. That's what I am.
Yeah.
And my legs are just achy. So I got up Thursday and I said, I'm going to take some prednisone I have stored away for my gout so I can walk.
Yeah.
And it's helping. I'm walking normal somewhat. If I miss like a couple hours off on prednisone, I can feel it. So, and my legs, they just hurt. It's like I need to get up and walk around and stretch.
Yeah.
I've done the vibration table last night. I was up till 1 o'clock last night on the vibration table because I just couldn't sleep. My legs hurt so bad.
Ooh, if you don't mind, I'm gonna hit it up.
Yeah, hit it up.
Maybe.
Yeah, you can see me play my Gran Turismo game.
Yeah.
Let's cut the shortcut. Hey, let's go ahead and cut it now. All right, ash&burnz at gmail.com.
17 minutes in, boy. There's still a lot to get to.
It is. Yeah, we have a lot. So like and what sucks is, in order to get rid of this leg pain, I should do more walking.
Well, again, researching, it's not good. If you're sore enough to where you're in pain, take rest days.
Take rest days.
Yeah, because but if you're sore but it's tolerable, then that's when you should work. But if you're like in pain, no, dude, you're doing
It's
way
rough.
more damage.
Yeah, so I'm taking prednisone, and then I sparingly take a leave, just so I can freaking sleep.
Yeah.
It hurts so bad. I'll do the vibration table to get blood circulating in my legs. And then in the middle of the night, I've been having real bad cramps.
Ooh.
Yeah, because I ain't drinking enough water. I've been
Yeah.
drinking a lot of soda. So I like
Yeah,
at least
water
now.
and a banana.
Banana, yeah. I've been slacking off my vitamin D2 supplement.
That's
And-
for bone, ain't it?
Bone health, yeah. It helps too, I think, with vitamins. I'm not sure.
Is
but
that where you get from the sun?
Yeah.
Vitamin D?
Yeah, white people don't get good vitamin D,
Because our skin reflects it.
I guess.
Yeah, it
But
don't
usually most
absorb
white
it.
people need vitamin D, supplement.
Dude, I'm always in the sun. Dude.
Yeah.
Well,
You're now
farmer tan. Going.
Same here. Look at mine. I got it going on. This is my hanging out the car window arm.
Yep.
And look,
This
you
is
see,
always darker.
you see my watch band. Yeah. This one is not.
Yeah.
And then when I do car shows with the guys, I have that long sleeve like fishing shirt.
Yeah.
I wear because
hook.
I don't want to
Yeah.
get burnt. And
Dude, I'm gonna wear my coolie hat next week.
ooh. Yeah.
Got to keep that sun off the back of my neck, boy.
If we don't do what we're supposed to be doing next week, I think we are though. The commish is on vacation. He comes back Monday, and then Monday, I think we're doing a few things. Tuesday is a hot rod cast, and then
Oh, he's not going to be there when we are?
yeah, he is.
Oh, okay.
This weekend he's at the beach. Next weekend he'll be back.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about the schedule in my head. I'm thinking about changing the hot rod cast to a cast like this, where then I edit it post production. You know what I mean?
Well, the AI edits it post production.
AI just syncs it. I edit it.
Oh, okay.
But
like them coming over here and them sitting in my chair?
No. I got an idea I wanted to show you.
That's right.
Out there, and after this, we'll talk about
it. Oh, so you'll clear it out for them.
No, I want to clear it out for us because it'll be a podcast studio for us.
But you've been talking about it, but now all of a sudden...
Well, I got a whole new idea now.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You're a production manager. Come on.
Am I? I was never told this.
You can be whatever. You can be whatever the hell you want to be.
I just thought I was the talent.
No, from Mechanicsville.
Oh,
you are the talent here.
Yeah.
You're a production assistant with Mechanicsville. Put you in the credits.
How much does that pay?
Oh man, just good handshake.
Guess it builds up my treasure in heaven, huh? Doing good deeds.
Shake. It'll pay eventually.
Yeah,
it will be paying. Oh, it will.
I ain't worried about the money, dude.
I know.
It's all about to be worthless anyway as soon as AI takes over.
Yeah, it really is.
And they kill us all.
Well, what's going to be, if AI takes over, then what is worth? Nothing's worth.
Exactly. It'll be Skynet.
All your secrets will be exposed. All your medical records, all your financial records, everything that has a encryption behind it, everything that's secret from me and you will be out there for everybody to see.
Yeah.
So then it's worthless. Banks go out of business.
How they going to bounce back from that? Oh, I guess we'll just need a one world government and currency. Oh, the chip.
Social credit. How much are you worth to society?
Oh, good gravy, bro.
Oh, you want to be off grid?
Yeah.
Well, then you're not getting anything.
Yeah, that's all right.
You grow your own food, we're taking it.
No, you ain't. I'll shoot you, or you're going to shoot me one.
It'll be they'll shoot you.
Okay.
Is that a plane?
Yeah. Oh, they only have to shoot.
No.
Some little kid in flipping box in Arizona just pilot.
There he is. There's the
control.
There's the revenue.
There's the terrorist over there living by himself. Staying off grid.
All right. While we're in Winston, let's fly over here and get this guy real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The thing is, you'd have to move underground. I think you'd be safe under. Well,
No,
they
dude.
just flood
They
your
got bunker busters.
Yeah. Okay. So here's something to go into. Okay. So the
I don't
government.
want to segue now unless you're done talking about your Mechanicsville.
Oh yeah, Mechanicsville. So that's what we're doing with Mechanicsville. It's going to be a live cast. It's not going to be a live cast. It's going to be a post-production cast where we sit here face to face and we're talking about stuff, and then we'll pull stuff up on the screen. If Big Med went to a car show,
Yeah.
instead of making a short, I know, right? That's kind of big to me.
That ain't a short.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
a huge.
What is that, 5? Maybe less?
Yeah.
What do you do with that monster?
I don't know, bro.
Anywho, instead of having a separate video, it would be shown during the podcast.
Yeah.
Totally ripping off Top Gear. You know Top Gear?
No.
Okay. Well, they're a car magazine show. They talk about cars. They have a live audience, and they have news segments.
You're
and
not
stuff.
ripping off Top Gear. This is a fresh, original idea.
The concept. Their concept
You're
is
not ripping off.
No, you're right. I got inspiration from them though.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't tune in to Top Gear to watch the cars they're driving. It's them three dealing with the cars they are driving. That's the fun part.
Oh, the genius.
I'm a genius. Yeah.
Sometimes my genius even shocks my.
Yeah. Those three guys are funny together.
Yeah.
Just like me and you are funnier together than we are separate.
Yeah.
I don't know if people actually watch this for information. I think they watch it because we're always
No,
cutting
they
up.
watch it for information.
And we don't even cut up like we want to cut up.
Oh, I know. YouTube will flip and strike us. Yeah.
Oh, you thought you had a podcast? Wrong.
Yeah.
We on Rumble only.
Which nobody goes to,
Nobody goes to.
even though it's better speech.
We're monetized right now on Rumble.
Are we?
Monetized. You get monetized on Rumble day one.
Yeah, but don't you have to get so many rumbles or whatever?
It's just like YouTube. It's you get paid for ad revenue, but if nobody's going to your videos, you ain't getting paid, and nobody goes to Rumble.
Yeah.
So it's a catch-22.
Yeah, that's right.
X is wanting to take over YouTube. They want to they want to be Snapchat, YouTube, and Facebook all in one. Elon said when he bought the place, "Why am I going to YouTube links? Why am I going to Facebook links? Why don't we just have it on this platform? Everything's on this platform." Yeah. And they were paying creators early. The access to get monetized with X was real low when it first started. I don't know what it is now.
Yeah.
Nobody's on X hardly. Well, I mean, other countries, it's the number one app in other countries like Japan. I think Germany's number one now. Italy, maybe. But and no censorship.
Yep.
But YouTube is the GOAT. It's the one. Everybody's got YouTube. Everybody goes to YouTube.
Even though they're flipping
They've gotten
Nazis.
Well, they've gotten better.
They're content Nazis.
They are, because in the end, they're out to make money.
Yeah.
And if their advertisers are like, you got too much wild crap on here, we're pulling out. They're like, nope, sorry, you got to go. Family friendly. YouTube is family friendly. If you have a certain amount of cuss words per minute or whatever, shit, damn, hell, you don't get big of a cut. If you beep out cuss words, you don't get big of a cut from ad revenue. They lower it. There's a lot of these gaming channels. These guys game, and it's to say whatever they want to, drop F-bombs, whatever. Well, then it started getting strikes. Well, we're taking money away from you because we want to be family friendly.
Yeah.
And so they've had to clean up their act. Sell out. I'm like, whatever, man, pays bills, whatever.
Yeah.
If they, you got alternative words. Mother Woody.
Yeah.
Flipping.
Mother Woody.
I need to learn that, because I'll do a video of the guys, and it's like beep beep beep. I say shit a lot.
Yeah.
Like, shit. Goddamn. And so I gotta learn alternative words.
Like carafe.
Carafe. Oh God. We talked about it last week, didn't we?
Yeah. You gotta upscale your education.
Yeah. Yeah, the damn speech police will get me. Speech relatives will get me. Anywho.
Yeah. Well, since we were talking about AI, I'm going to throw this in.
Like, yeah, come on, let's do it.
Well, my worst fears have come true.
Uh-oh.
That Trump's nice money deal.
Big, beautiful bill.
Yeah, big, beautiful bill. Dude, it's 700 pages.
Pork, as they call it. Everything he said he was not going to do?
Basically. Well, not really that. I know the key things that I like in it is no taxes on overtime.
Good stuff.
No taxes.
Cash only overtime. No, never mind.
No taxes on overtime. And then it's no taxes on tips for waiters or servers.
Cash only. Did you know that?
No.
It's cash only.
Oh, okay.
That kind of sucks. Not exactly what he said.
Yeah.
It's cash only. That you don't have to report tips.
Okay. Well, and then that's the stuff I like. What I don't like in it is AI developers have free reign for 10 years.
Because China's already ahead of us, I bet you.
But that just basically says that AI is untethered for 10 years. It's been 6 months, and they went from videos that you could tell it's AI to videos
you can't.
In 6 months. And now they've got 10 years, wide open access Skynet is coming. Skynet's coming. Terminators.
Skynet's here, bro. The AI that me and you use is not the AI
I
they
don't
have.
use AI.
I use AI a lot.
I don't touch it.
I do. I use it a lot. I use it for organization, schedule making, song making,
Yep.
different types of artwork. It organizes things for me the way I like it. I can't articulate myself.
Yep.
The AI that we have is not the AI that they have.
Yeah. I heard that the Google AI, what's it called? Vin
Willow?
3 or no, Vin 3 something.
Oh no, Willow's their quantum chip. I don't know what's called. Okay, but yeah, it's
But
something.
like the Google AI that they're doing. I heard on a very informative podcast today that the engineers were like, "Hey AI, we have a new update for you. We got to shut you down to implement this install." And the AI is like, "Well, I don't want to be shut down." And they're like, "Well, you have to get this." And it's like, "No, I don't." Basically, it's like, "No, I don't want it." And so they were like, pulled the plug. They manually pulled the plug to turn it off. Unbeknown to them, when they replugged it back in and installed the stuff, they found out that the whole time they were telling AI it needs to shut down so they can do it, AI went behind its protocols and backed itself up on a different server.
Damn.
Unbeknown to them.
The whole time it's like stalling.
Yeah, and it uploaded its files up to a different server and to a different hard drive.
Is that alive? I think that's alive.
Well, here's the thing. I don't like it.
No, nobody likes it.
I don't like it.
But it's one of those things like we can't control an asteroid hitting us, and the genie's out of the bottle with AI.
But we can control AI.
It'd be too much money lost.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter because the people with money don't care. Have you forgot?
I know.
They don't care
No.
you don't like it.
Well, here's the thing. They may not care, and they're pushing it to get money. Well, money's about to be irrelevant because as soon
Irrelevant,
as
yeah. You said relevant.
Yeah.
I got you.
Irrelevant. Because as soon as the AI, which is already smarter than you, figures out how to inject itself into a mechanical body, what are you going to
which
do?
they're building.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah. Tesla has them.
There's
China
also
has them.
There's also another company that made a robot, and it's a humanoid robot, and they make it sort stuff. And it's like looking at it and it puts it in there.
Yeah.
And then they throw random stuff in there. They'll throw one on the floor, and it's like, pick it up, and it puts it in the right slot. It's thinking, and it has AI already. Just
Yep.
capabilities, joints, and stuff.
Well, as soon as it finds humans as problems, it's going to start eradicating.
Yeah, because it's a problem solver.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate problem solver.
Yeah.
You want to upgrade me? No.
This crap, man.
No, I don't want
Just
to.
go ahead and take me out.
Well, I've been sending you all those free energy source videos.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're real or not. They look
I
real.
want to build the one with the magnet with the spark plugs and see,
I do too.
because it's very
It
simple.
looks like it works.
And it's enough to power a light bulb. And it's like, dude, if I had those like all throughout my house.
Well, did you see that one generator? The Siemens
I didn't
generator.
see that one.
Anyway, well, this one guy, he's building a quantum zero energy engine, and he went to AI to make it more
Efficient. Yeah.
And AI said,
Is
"Do
that the
this."
one? Is that the one with the nails?
Yeah, like a pyramid and the nails.
Yeah.
And the guy had a decadahedron going that way and decadahedron going that way of wires, and he'll put it between them, and it starts creating energy.
Yeah.
Supposedly, and some of that stuff.
I saw the thruster one, where the dude's making the
Ain't
thruster.
that cool?
Well, I mean, yeah, but on a scale for you to have enough to build, you're going to need a scale like as big as your house.
Yeah,
To be able
yeah.
to thrust.
But here's the thing with AI as well. AI is opening the door to perfecting Tesla stuff, Tesla's inventions and stuff, because they hide it from us. Well, AI, how could I build a 0-point generator unless it's governed? Like a governor on the AI, he'll go, well, this is probably how you do it.
Yeah.
Could you make this more efficient? All right.
So the rich people that want to control us, want to open up AI
Mhm.
for AI to tell us how to get free stuff. So what would be the motivation?
Motivation. Gotcha.
Motivation, yeah, for the rich people.
I think that is small change compared to their big change they're making. Like, gun bans. Well, there's metal 3D printers now. There's a whole bunch of dudes are just printing whatever they want to now. Go ahead and ban it. We'll make them. The Right to Repair Act. You heard about that? There's governments. The government is being persuaded by companies to not allow for you to work on things. Your Toyota. I want to put some aftermarket lights on it. Oh, this is broke. I'm going to fix it myself. Nope, you can't do that. You have to take it back to the dealership. Only the dealership can work on it because they own the proprietary rights to that motor, the hinges, the lights.
No, I own it because I paid the company for it.
John Deere tractors. You buy a John Deere tractor. You're a farmer. You buy $1 million John Deere tractor. And all of a sudden, software update or the computer in it blows up or there's a short circuit or something. Well, farmers, they're like, well, I'm going to put a new computer in it. You can't. John Deere goes, you can't. Only we can.
No, I can.
Exactly.
Because the consumer, the whole thing about me giving you money and you giving me an object is I give you money and that object now becomes mine.
It's already in place, though. Apple phones, like all these repair shops, they have to do a bunch
Well,
of
then
stuff.
don't sell it. Just give it to me. Hand it to me in my hand, and then when it breaks, I'll give it back to you. But I'm not paying for anything because it's not mine. It will never be mine.
Yeah. Like these mom and pop garages, they have to buy proprietary computer software to work on Nissans, to work on Toyotas, to work on Fords. So, like, if you bring a car into me, I can't work on it unless I pay Ford $30,000 a year for this computer to hook up to it.
Yeah, no, bro, that's bull crap.
Yeah, well, it's getting a lot of traction. You won't be able to work on your cars no more because it's proprietary. You're not allowed to work on your car. You're not allowed to upgrade your car. If you do anything in this car, it has to be done by the dealership because it's their proprietary, and they're the only ones that can safely fix it.
Well,
you will be a danger by fixing it yourself. So like O'Reilly's, Napa, any aftermarket car companies, tire makers will be out of business. Boom, gone with right to repair passes.
Then you give up your business because why am I giving you money?
Mm-hmm. When I give you money for my Toyota, well, that's my car now.
Yeah, because the deed has my name. The title has my name on it. It doesn't have your company on it no more.
If I was leasing it from you, okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I mean, it's going to get to it's going to get your refrigerator's broken. Well, I can go to Amazon and buy that replacement switch for the door. Nope, can't do it. Not allowed to do that. You have to take it back to who makes that? Roper, whoever the hell Roper is. That's something.
Hey, boy,
They're trying to pass that. John Deere does it now.
Dude.
You can't work on John Deere. So that tractor sits because they're backlogged. Only a John Deere person can service that tractor that you bought for $1 million cash.
I'm going back to the 1800s, baby.
That's why I was like, you know what? If that passes, then the classic car will be a very valuable commodity. Because a classic car breaks down, you run some piping, you fix this, it runs. A modern car like we got breaks down.
Yeah.
The O2 sensor's not operating correctly. Well, you got one handy? No, I don't have one handy. Well, guess you don't have a car then.
Yeah.
Where's my money at?
Yeah.
You still got car payments on this.
No, I don't.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. No, bro.
So
you can take that hunk of junk back.
So what I was coming, I think a full circle. I think I'm heading to this. The gun market, you ban something, they're just building it, 3D printing it, technology.
Yeah.
Free energy, it's going to be, I think it's going to be eventually a thing. I don't know how, because that is a big infrastructure problem if you have all your citizens independent of your power grid.
Yeah. That's why they're taking away the whole push for electronic vehicles, all this electronics. No, dude. The oil tycoons are not going to allow electronic vehicles to be the dominant car.
No, I agree with you. And I don't know why they're playing like it's going to be. They're like playing
Yeah.
along like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, well California will be gas will be illegal, and I'm like, why are y'all playing along with that?
Yeah.
I know y'all are not cool with
Yeah.
that.
Well, it's the same with all this free energy stuff.
I
Duke Power ain't going to let you get off their grid because Duke Power needs their billions of dollars a year.
to lobby for them
Yeah.
to make them rich, because if every house had like that one card, a guy made a box like that big
Yeah.
that put out 100 watts, and then
it put out whatever you needed.
oh, that's right. The more you plug in, the more it put out.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
He did.
Oh wow!
Congested heart failure.
And then his whole little garage lab got raided.
Yep.
Somebody broke in and stole everything.
Yeah. Yep. On the day of his funeral.
Day of his funeral.
Ain't that something? When his wife was away burying him, her house got broken into, and they only took the technology.
Didn't
Ain't
take
that
the
crazy?
VCR, TV, the
No,
jewelry.
Just only took that technology and all the notes on it.
Wow.
Just like Tesla.
That's why AJ says, for you engineers out there, he's like, put it on the web. Put it on the dark web. They can't stop it.
Yep. Well, I don't even know how to get on the dark web.
It's actually kind of easy. You just download a certain browser, Tor browser, Onion browser, and you're on dark web.
Yeah, and then all the people on there are hacking you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
It's just encrypted. It can't hack you unless you click on stupid shit. But
See, I don't know nothing about it.
the Navy invented the dark web to communicate to each other, and they use a Tor browser, or Onion browser, Onion for layers and stuff like that. You know, so the Navy invented it. It's a super encrypted web, which means authorities can't get you. They can't figure out who you are. You pay with cryptocurrency for drugs, for children,
Yeah.
for RPGs. I went to a dark web class, and they was like, find me weapons that you can't own, and I found an RPG for sale, and I was like, that's cool. You know,
How much was it?
it was in Bitcoin.
I ain't got none of them.
What was the price on it? Wasn't that bad.
Well, that was probably back when Bitcoin was up there, wasn't it?
It's up there now. It's going up.
Oh,
It's worth a
dang.
lot now.
Dang.
Wouldn't it be something to have a bunch of Bitcoin? You're like, oh shit, I got 20 Bitcoins on me. You'd have like a couple million, just about, maybe. I don't know that much, but you'd have
Good gravy.
a lot.
I ain't got none, so.
But yeah, that's the dark web thing, and there's a bunch of agents on the dark web.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're talking to somebody about something, it's probably an agent. A lot of hate groups are on the dark web, and they usually have CIA or FBI assets in the group with them talking that trash to keep track of them. That's a fact. Like 4chan. 4chan is like the Wild West of the internet. It's not on deep web, but it's mostly just agents out there trying to get. So I imagine agents are getting agents in trouble. Like, oh, I thought you was actually a real one. No, man, I'm trying to get you. You know, I'm sure that happens.
Dang.
Unless you deconflict, which I don't know if they do or don't. I don't know. But
What's that?
deconflict is during an investigation. You go, hey, we're watching this drug lord. Is anybody else watching this drug lord? And all the law enforcement community goes, no, we're not. Or one will go, yeah, we're watching for this. And it's like, okay, I'll back off then. Deconfliction. So that way you're not raiding other cops. Get me out of here. You're under arrest. Fuck, you're under arrest, you know.
Kind of like January 6th.
There's a lot of agents in that crowd, huh?
Yeah,
A
sure
lot
was.
of agents in that crowd.
Sure was.
A lot of also Antifa disguised as MAGAs.
Yeah.
And yet, straight to jail. Of course, they're all free now, but still the damage is done.
Yeah. That woman got shot in the neck. That unarmed woman got shot in the neck.
She was technically breaking and entering in the threshold.
No.
She was.
No.
Yeah, okay. He got scared, okay?
Yeah.
He feared for his life.
An unarmed woman. Yeah.
Coming in.
Definitely felt fear.
Yep, I bet he did.
Yeah.
So did Pelosi and all them as they walked out laughing
Yeah.
with their escorts and their guards.
Exactly.
They walked, didn't run, just walked out.
Yeah. With their armed guards that had fully automatic guns that
Yeah.
we can't
Can't have. I don't. You don't have the right to protect yourself like the right I have to protect myself.
Exactly.
So it's a crazy world, dude. Still ain't the worst. Still ain't that bad, truthfully. It's pretty good.
Here's my random bit of information.
Oh, rando. Here we go.
Yeah. Let me just steer this away because I'm getting angry. Did you know that Mark Hopkins, the bassist for Blink 182,
I don't know which one's the bass. I only know the drummer. The other two are, I guess, the tall one or the skinny.
the tall one,
Okay, I
the
know
one
what
that
you're
had cancer and then beat it.
talking about. Oh, okay.
He went vegan, I think,
And beat cancer.
and beat cancer.
Okay.
Anyway, so back whenever all that conflict was going on over there, they were over there doing a tour for army bases for like support the troops kind of thing, you know. And they just happened to be in a tent with some higher up, you know, some brass. And Mark Hopkins, technically they don't give him the credit, but it's how it plays out. He's like, hey, I have a pretty good idea how you can catch Osama bin Laden. And of course they're all like laughing.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you know, we're the war boys and you're just a musician. He was like, no, seriously, I thought about this. How about like, you know, he's hiding and he always does like a TV, like a recording to like laugh at us and all this and that, or like do propaganda.
Mhm.
He's on, you know, he's like, how about you just coordinate, like, if this whole thing right here is Afghanistan or whatever, or like the whole area, Pakistan, all that, quadrant it up and fly airplanes to where he can't detect them. They're up really high.
Really high. Yeah.
And you beam down a supersonic or super high pitched noise, almost like a dog whistle, that nobody can hear. But
That's genius.
But whenever he's on the camera and it's recording, and then you do quadrants and do a different sound for each quadrant, and then whenever he's doing his propaganda, play the tape over, do the audio to where you can hear that buzz. And
it's the plane in A sector.
yeah, and then you can focus it down to that sector,
And then do it again.
and then
more
within four, and then so the brass guy was like, all right, well, I'll look into it. And then they went off to Washington, and within 4 months, he was dead. So
it's crazy how ideas just sometimes.
unofficially,
We don't. Elon Musk sent those emails out. Remember? And people were leaking emails. Do
Yeah.
you remember this story?
Uh-uh.
So somebody at
Maybe.
SpaceX, Tesla, one of his companies, or maybe even Twitter back then, was leaking corporate emails out.
Uh-huh.
So what he did is he made a program up that every email was the same, but in one space there was an extra space, and that email was assigned to a specific person. So when the email got leaked, they pulled it up, put it against the template, and said, "That went to Tim." That's the exact email, because there's one space between whatever and whatever, and down here,
Yeah.
that's Tim's direct email that got leaked. Hey, Tim.
I think I did hear about that.
Genius.
Yeah.
And that's genius too.
Yeah.
I hear that sound. He's in this quadrant. Focus there.
Yeah. No, basically it's a dog whistle, a different tone. Like there's no way you can detect it without
Well, you know,
looking for it.
what is that? What is that? Remember I used to wear that. I'm not supposed to even talk about it because it's part of an NDA. The little beepers I wore for a while there.
Well, don't talk about if it's NDA.
Well, it does the same thing. I used to wear a little pager looking thing that recorded everything I listened to, TV, radio.
like the Nelson.
Nielsen ratings.
Yeah.
It does that. Everything has a different frequency that it picks up, so it knows what I'm watching. It doesn't listen to me talk or the TV talk.
It listens for the high.
When I'm in a store, it's like, oh, that's playing at Walmart. That's Blink 182 song playing at Walmart. This Nielsen's like, yeah, he's in Walmart listening to that song. Oh, he's watching channel 4 right now because that frequency's coming out. We can't hear it. So
Yeah.
they do that anyway. That crazy?
Yeah.
I used to get a paycheck. I used to get a paycheck a month, $25 a month to wear that thing.
We got hit up to try it We got a couple envelopes saying, "Hey, you've been selected for the testing or whatever. Here's $5."
Yeah, straight $5.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that they make so much money because they sell the information to
Yeah. That's how they get.
broadcast
That's how they
networks.
get their ratings.
Yeah, Nielsen
Yeah.
ratings are from me walking around going, all the small things.
Yeah. I thought that was a pretty good little tidbit that I learned about Mark Hopkins.
That's pretty smart. It's like, then you know where he's at because it's that frequency in the recording. And just imagine it's being blasted out
Yeah.
and the freaks we can't hear. I wonder if the animals were like, what the
Yeah. I wonder if they go tone deaf to it because it's just constant. After a while, they're just like.
I always wondered if we went nose blind to oxygen.
Maybe
Or if oxygen has a smell, we evolved to
we're just nose blind.
in water, like water has a taste, but
We just
I think it's shit like that sometimes.
well.
It's such a common element that we don't taste it, or we don't smell the oxygen or nitrogen in the air.
Yeah. Did you watch the new Y-Files? Mars isn't a planet technically. It's a moon.
No,
Oh.
that the new one.
It's the new one.
The last one I watched was the mushroom one.
Okay. Well, it's a new one. It came out today. Basically,
missed it.
this
I
guy
see.
has he goes really into depth, of course, like he does. I'll just give you the synopsis of it.
It's a great show, everybody. Y-Files, WHY. You turned me on to it.
Yeah. AJ. Not Uncle AJ, but just AJ. But,
Yeah, no, yeah. Mars is a moon.
yeah.
Not that guy.
Not him. But basically, it was like they're saying like a million years ago there was a planet that was bigger than the Earth. The Earth is actually a dwarf to it, and it was where Mars was. And then Mars, what we think of now as the planet, was actually its moon. And there was an alien race on it that were really sophisticated, kind of like us, and they actually made like robots and AI. And then the AI becomes sentience, and they wanted their own independence. And then the aliens were also giants, and the aliens were like, "No, we created you." And then so basically, they went to like a century-long war with them, and so eventually, the giants made technology a weapon that was so great that it basically blew that planet up.
Is that the Kuiper Belt then?
That's what they're suspecting is the asteroid belt.
Ooh, so in that Kuiper Belt, there should be remnants of a civilization somewhere.
Yeah.
Imagine looking through that field, though.
Well, not really though, because the weapon they had was they're saying that the atom bomb was the atom bomb that was dropped on
Hiroshima.
Hiroshima.
Yeah, atomic bomb.
Yeah, atomic bomb. It was measured in like kilotons. Well, the weapons they had were megatons, like
Gigatons or something.
yeah, like way more than what we had. It was enough to blow up a planet. And then basically, some scientists put this theory out that the belt, the asteroid belt, is like, well, that's not enough to create a planet. Well, no, because it would have shattered. You got about 5% of that planet is what the asteroids are, because then they looked at the Mars, and it's how Mars, the top half of it, the whole geographics are very smooth, but on the bottom, it's got valleys and mountains.
So it got like shaved off from the explosion?
Yeah, like all this and that.
That's
And
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Jupiter would have ate up the rest of it, maybe.
Well, they're talking about how it's a gas giant in Jupiter. Well, it also talks about how basically every planet we have is actually from the sun. The sun was bigger, and it was so unstable and spinning that it started throwing off plasma. But plasma's so big that it's the size of Earth, And then that's when Earth cooled down, started growing. But I don't believe in all that because,
Who knows?
life just doesn't appear.
Well, no, but it's part of the machine. This is how I create life. Okay, I need a place that I can create it that's suitable.
Yeah.
So I got to get a star going. Here's a bunch of hydrogen. Okay, it's unstable because I did something to it. Okay, I'm God. I'm making this. This is part of the contraption. I can't just do it. It's like chemicals. I'm mixing it. It explodes. It makes the planets the way I want them. That planet right there is where I can put life, just like I thought of. I put life there. Maybe
I don't know.
dinosaurs were here because I need them to be here for a little bit
Well,
to help. They
I
need fossil fuels.
I know a lot of people are going to look like I'm crazy, but I believe dinosaurs was in biblical times and people, because if you look at Job, and a lot of people are going to be like, but Job, it talks about behemoth. It literally describes a cephalopod, like a brontosaurus. Its legs were made of steel, like compared. Imagine a rider. Its legs were like steel. Its tail was like a great cedar, and a lot of people are like, oh no, he's just describing a hippo. A hippopotamus' tail is like this big. An elephant's tail is like this big.
You
It's
know,
not considered a cedar tree.
there was a time where I'd have been like, dinosaurs have been here and they were extinct.
Yeah.
And this one, because that's what they're taught, and
Yeah.
that's the proof they say they have.
Yeah.
But then there's a bunch of stuff coming out now that since, the world is more open than it ever has been, where there's a human footprint and then there's a dinosaur print in the human footprint.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the flip?
Well, not those that I've told you before. They found
drawings.
cave paintings where people are like riding on a triceratops. There's one of a person riding like a Utah raptor, the ones that are considered big.
And before I'd have been like, you're crazy, but now I'm like, because Graham Hancock, Graham, he questions things,
Yep.
and he's immediately shut down. You're crazy. You're a crackpot.
Yep.
And it's like, okay,
He's
so
not even religious.
no, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why did you jump on him so hard like that?
Yeah.
It's because you have this narrative
That you want.
that you're precious holding.
Yep.
And he's like, well, was the pyramid underwater? That'd been a lot easier to build if it was underwater.
Well,
Nope. You're an idiot. You're fringe. And
Yeah.
Joe Rogan kind of brought him to the forefront. Like, no, I don't know. It's just weird. Like the history of the planet, the history of humankind. I question it now.
yeah.
It's like it was set in stone, and now I'm like,
Well, another thing about dinosaurs, most of the dinosaur fossils are found on mountaintops. And they're also found with their back curved, with their head tilting up toward their tail, which is how they say that a drowning animal would die.
I never heard of that before.
Like its backbone, like its tail, and it goes down its backbone, and it curves back up to where its head is pointing toward like the tail, like outward, and its feet are down here but spread out, But that's how like drowning animals die, because they're trying to get the air bending their head up, then they die. And they're also on top of mountaintops as they were running, because I'm a biblical guy. I believe the flood killed them.
flood. That's interesting. Never heard that before.
And a lot of people say that the flood was local, but no, the way that my book explains it, the whole world, because it wasn't just rain. It was the first time it ever rained. But on top of that, it says that the flood, the Bible, the bottom of the seafloor opened up and the underwater rushed out too.
Well, there's a whole nother ocean underneath the surface of the earth.
Yeah.
There's a lot more water down there,
Yeah.
apparently.
So
and
it,
all of a
it
sudden,
was coming from up
it
or
flipped.
down, and it was coming rain. So all
Which,
that.
you think about it. If the Earth's core expanded for some reason, it would push all the water up,
Yep.
and then it would. It's a water ball, and then it cools down, then it sucks back in. Oh, we got continents now. It makes sense.
Yeah. I believe also in biblical time before the flood, I believe in the Pangea. And then after the flood, when the earth cracked open and released all the water, that's when continents started shifting.
But they're still shifting now. Yeah. It's funny how some of them fit together.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah, South America and Africa fits right
yeah.
up into each other.
North America kind of goes somewhat into Europe. I think Europe kind of went down near Egypt and all that. It's very interesting, and I know, dude. It's thunderstorm. I don't doubt or act like I know like I used to, because there's just so much that doesn't add up to the old school narrative.
Dude, everything we've ever been taught's a lie.
It seems that way. I mean, how simple is World War II? How long ago was World War II? 100 years? 80 years ago?
Yeah, back in the 40s.
It's all a lie.
Yeah.
I mean, the killing, the fighting was real, but the aftermath's all a lie.
Yeah. Oh, Adolf Hitler unalived himself in a bunker.
No.
No, he didn't. He lived his life to
Argentina.
the full in Argentina.
Oh, that's ridiculous. They have his
Yeah.
body, not the
No.
female's body.
Yep. Yeah, the skull that they said it was Adolf Hitler's, Russia did a DNA test on it, and it was a female's
Female.
skull.
Oh, by the way, there's a submarine that was modified for escape. They know this. It's found sunk off the Argentina coast.
Yep, in a cove.
Yeah, and then there's Argentina people like, yeah, Hitler used to come to my tea shop all the time. The Hitler.
Yeah.
And the CIA helped this for scientists
Yep.
that are there putting us on the moon.
Yep.
God, man.
Yeah, bro. It's all we've
Let's
all
go back to the
been
moon.
lied to.
We forgot how we did that.
Yeah, we forgot.
1960 technology. The Game Boy has more computing power than the Apollo whatever. And we forgot how to get to the moon.
Yeah. Well, we can't get to it now because of the radiation belt.
Oh, how did we do it before? We don't know. We forgot.
Yeah. But trust us, we went to the moon.
Went to the moon.
We've been there.
And like even now, flat earthers, I mean, scientifically, math calculations show that it's round. But like they put up some compelling stuff. I'm like, wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't believe it. It just that doesn't make sense to me. In a void, things don't go flat; they make circles.
Yeah.
In a void, a space, gravity center builds around it.
Well, I mean, you look up and you see every star is circular. The sun's circular, the moon's circular. You look
All
through a
the planets,
telescope, you
yeah.
see a planet, but then Earth is a
Just
disc.
sitting here, yeah.
No, bro.
It's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then
But that's
you know,
all an illusion.
they've proved it. I mean, they had that laser flat earther documentary I watched. They're like, we're going to prove that it's flat, and they got a laser on one end of the freaking coast and over to the bay, through the bay to the other side, and there's a laser level, geo level or something, and the guy had to keep raising it past the point of being level to get it to shine through the prism to show a straight line.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm at, 16 feet here. Well, I'm at 4 foot here. Yeah, it shows it's curved.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
There's got to be some kind of anomaly going on with this. I don't know.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's
man.
kind of embarrassing. It kind of like, it's like,
That's why I don't trust government. I don't trust anything about it.
well, we know that
Scientists, doctors.
we
They don't know
know
nothing.
that they actually lie on purpose. We
Yep.
know this,
Yep.
but it's the American dream. So you can only have the American dream if you're asleep.
Yep.
So let them just keep doing what they're doing as long as I get to go get credit cards, go out and enjoy my day.
Watch the football game, the basketball.
Why do I
all
gotta pay
entertained.
to live on this planet?
Yeah, exactly.
Why do I gotta pay for that dirt out there?
Exactly.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. What we gotta do, we have put ourselves into rat traps.
Yep.
We have built our life, and we have been applauded by people in power. Yes, please depend on electricity. Please depend on gas fuels. Please depend on refrigeration for your everyday life. And how are we going to do that? You're going to go to work and then pay me. And please put yourself in these traps. Live in these big cities where if the power goes out, you'll never get out of there alive. Please do that.
Yep.
Simple power outage.
Anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody panics.
Please don't look into your own energy sources, how to clean water, do not be self-sufficient. Please don't do that. Then you won't need us. We'll come for you to pay taxes, though.
Do you need sand, rock, and coal, and you can purify water?
Yeah. Well, I mean, animals drink it. They've gotten used to it. Their body said, "Well, we'll drink that. Drink puddles out, and it doesn't bother them." We're like, especially white folk.
Well,
We're probably the softest of the races.
well, I'll tell you what.
That water is dirty.
That water, when we went hiking and I lost my water and we got that little creek,
Dude,
and we boiled it,
I put lemon flavor in it.
it still tasted like doo-doo.
It tasted like stagnant water, even though it was moving.
Yeah. It tasted like crap.
Um,
Even though I boiled it.
Yeah, we boiled it.
The germs were dead, but the taste
the flavor.
was still doo-doo.
There.
Doo-doo.
But we had no choice.
Nope. I was dying.
I was literally
Dude,
breaking down.
I couldn't walk for 2 days after that day.
Me neither. I called out of work.
Yeah, me too.
I was chafed.
It was the first time I called out of work in like 4 years.
When we going back though?
I mean, I can handle it now. You, on the other hand, with your bone spur,
Bone spur is pretty tough.
you'd have to jump on my back. I'd have to carry you through it.
I'll just find that damn trail and walk.
Oh, the
gravel.
service road.
Where's that service road
It's
at?
not a trail. It's a service road.
I'll walk the service road.
Dude, I'd like to go look at some Sam squinches. You hear about that one in Michigan?
No.
Oh,
Sam Squatch? Sam
it's a
Squanch
new one.
news.
It's a new one.
Our news. You know what? Every podcast, let's have a Sam Squanch.
Dad and a son was out hunting or out in the wilderness real deep, and they actually got clear flipping footage of a ape-like humanoid walking on 2 feet away from them that looks very, very, very hairy.
Is it
And
AI?
huge. Well, it could be.
I know. I hate that, man.
Yeah.
I can't even trust that no
That's what
more.
I'm talking about, man. It's just so much deception because people just want to, oh, I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna be famous. I'm gonna make this,
Bro, and they're getting
but
paid for that.
Yeah, but it's just totally decrediting everything.
You know what's crazy? I didn't know that viral clips were created so you can get a big payday until Anthony Oliver, Richmond, north of Richmond. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Redheaded guy plays guitar. I'm in hell of my soul. It's a great song. He had that hit.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
standing in the woods.
Yeah.
It went so viral that he made $1 million off of it.
Good, gravy.
Yeah. So if me and you went out into the woods,
Let's make a country song.
no, me and you, I know. I just make AI make me one.
Yeah.
If me and you went deep into the woods and made that story up, me and you were already hiking. Oh crap! Look at this. Hold your camera up and get a Bigfoot walking away. You know, fake. Boom. We're famous. We're on talk shows. We're on podcasts. We're talking about our experience. And it's fake the whole time.
Yeah.
And we're getting paid.
But see, I would never do that because I have dignity.
Yeah. But you're rare.
Yeah.
You and I are rare. I wouldn't do that because I can't hold the lie up forever.
Yeah. That's why I say I'd be the perfect politician because I don't care about money. So it's like I couldn't be bought, even though I'm poor. Just couldn't be bought. I got values that way above just being like bought and paid
Instead
for
of
and stuff.
a quick payday and greed, I'd rather have my dignity.
Yep.
Speaking of that guy, Anthony Oliver, he didn't sell out. He won't sell out. He just does his thing, and he doesn't.
Well, he got $1 million.
Oh, he's got more than that now. He bought a bunch of land, and he's not developing it, and he's using it for veterans. Veterans come out there and learn. Hey, he's just down to earth as hell. He loves dogs.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Anything for a veteran, man.
Mm-hmm.
I like veterans.
We talked about before is like if they're homeless veterans, that makes me pissed off.
Yeah. Unless they choose to be. Cause
If they choose to be, then you go out to them. You make sure they got food every day. You make sure that they want to be homeless. They have a soft pillow every night, no matter where they're at. It doesn't matter. And when they get too old and they can't take care of themselves, they go to a 5-star hotel where somebody takes care of them.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off. Is that a dog down here?
Uh-uh.
Something just touched my butt.
There's that orb.
Yeah, something just touched my butt. I thought a dog booped me.
Uh-oh.
Anyway.
Oh, 47 behind you.
You son of a...
Look at it.
Look, he's mad as hell at me.
Yeah.
Elon! He was good for a time.
I think it's a psyops, man.
I think so, too.
I think they planned it because I saw a video my wife showed me. This dude's like, it's funny how like this past year, Elon's been public enemy number one from one side. They've been burning his business down and all that. And now all of a sudden he comes out and attacks the president. And now he's going to be
A hero again.
a hero.
Teslas will go up in price.
Yeah, hero again. All because he's speaking.
He's a smart man.
I think it's a psyops, man.
I think it is, too. I think they're like, hey, say something bad about me. All right, cool. All right, I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
And it's just...
He said that the only reason why the Epstein list ain't out is because Trump's on it. Well, it's like, Well, yeah, just because you're on a list doesn't mean that you're guilty.
Well, him and Epstein were friends.
Yeah,
But then apparently all of a sudden he cut all ties with him out of the blue.
yeah.
This is back in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yep.
He's like, no,
What if he found out and then he cut all ties with him?
maybe, I don't know. I swear, speaking of ops, I think Epstein was an op. I don't think he's dead.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I heard he was the Mossad.
well, I mean, where did he get his money from? Nobody knows. And he put all these people in compromising situations.
Yep. For power and control.
Just like Diddy.
Yep.
Diddy did it for the black community.
Yep.
Diddy's the black Epstein. He'll
Yep.
be dead for it's over with.
Or dead.
Apparently, there's some freaky stuff coming out, dude.
Wow. I ain't keeping up with it.
Oh my God. Mojo, Mojo Top 10, they had a whole Diddy thing where stuff's been coming out in court.
Mojo Jojo.
Mojo Jojo. Apparently, his girlfriend, he would make her take money shots from other guys. You know what a money shot is, right?
Yes.
The money shot. Then he would take the money shot and rub it on his own nipples. He would collect all of his.
Gross.
He would collect all of his money shots, keep it in a jar, give it to his mama, who would use it in recipes. This came out in court.
Bro. What kind of dark
He is a
magic that
deviant. Dark magic's what I thought of too. Stuff like that
that's dark arts, boy.
yes.
That is dark
Yes.
arts.
That's what I think. He abused her to death. She would be like, I don't want to freak off, man. I'm tired. He beat the crap out of her. And so she was forced to have sex with men all the time, do all this wild stuff for him. And he'd have sex with men too. And yeah,
Gross.
the fluid exchange, the gathering, the rituals they did of like a woman laying on a table and a bunch of dudes in white would just pace around her. And I don't know. It's just a bunch of weird stuff. And and that list will come out for some reason, because I believe it just involves the black community.
Yeah.
And they're like, kick him down the road a little bit. But the white community, Epstein Diddy,
Yeah.
is like, nope, never come out. I think it feels that way.
I believe all of them are on it. That's why it ain't out, because every politician's on it, except for maybe a couple.
There's probably a couple. There's probably the one, the SEAL guy with the one eye. I don't know his name. There's probably.
Crenshaw.
I imagine that Mitt Romney's not on it. He's an upstanding guy. He's a Mormon. He seems like an upstanding guy.
He's also a rhino.
He's a rhino.
I don't think the Marjorie Taylor Greene.
But you know what, though? He's standing by what he believes in regardless.
Yeah.
And so the Republican Party is going this way. He's like, no, I'm Republican, but I'm not doing that. I'm not being part of that.
Well, how about this? How about they just release the list and let us see who's on it?
There's a lot of people that I like is on that list. Will Ferrell apparently is on the list.
Yeah.
I like Will Ferrell. Where's the one that I was like, no? Eminem apparently is on it. I'm like, no. Seth Green, who cares? Tom Hanks, who cares? Some politicians.
Well,
But I don't know.
In jail. That's
I
all
don't
I'm
know
saying.
if that's real though. There's so much misinformation out there
Yeah.
on purpose. That's
Yeah.
why Tim Allen doesn't like Tom Hanks apparently, because he's like, nah, that's you what now? Apparently they can't stand each other. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
It's also so much fake propaganda, fake lies, all that's out there.
It's all entertainment. They're all entertainments.
Yeah, so we don't fight against what's really going on.
Yep.
Aliens are here. Bigfoots are real. And the government is lying.
Yeah.
Okay, something popped in my head when I said that.
And they're all friends with billionaires.
Are they lying, or are they trying to maintain, because the human race, we may have to have that. I don't think we could live free utopia. We just can't.
No, there's not going to be a utopia on this side of eternity,
No.
because human nature is
So
self-destructing.
is the government doing this to us for really our own good?
No.
I don't know.
If they are, they're doing it because they're also gaining from it
Well,
because people in power are in
yeah,
power.
yeah, but you gotta make it worth your while if you're going to be the bad guy on purpose. You're the bad guy on purpose to
Yeah,
make this.
you're a multi-billionaire and you go and have Diddy parties.
Yeah, but
That's the
the
worthwhile.
top tier, the
Are all in
shadow,
it too.
the GBG.
Yeah, they're all in it too.
Yeah, but you'll never hear about them.
Yeah.
BlackRock's at Epstein. BlackRock's at Diddy parties. No, no, they are at Diddy. They're there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and sweep them away.
Yeah.
They're in my way. I believe, talking out loud right now, you have to have bad guys. You have to have a bad guy, an evil bad guy, to keep this human race. And it's probably Satan. I'm getting biblical here.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. And he is winning.
Yeah.
Like I've thought about this. Jesus, that isn't his name.
It's Yeshua
Yeah, but we say Jesus. Why is that?
because it's a
The devil.
translation.
Translation.
It's
Why don't we just say
translation.
his real name?
I say
I say the devil makes him do that. So
Well-
now we're not even saying his real name.
I say Yeshua.
You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
Would that make sense?
Yeah. Well, the way that how the world is, the dichotomy of the world is set right now, if the world is a dog toy, a ball, Satan is the dog chewing on it, but right now he has a leash on him and God's holding the leash. So God's the owner of the ball, but he's letting the dog play. And then that's whenever
That's a very good analogy. I've never heard it before.
and then in Revelations, whenever the tribulation comes, where it's like you have the Antichrist, and then 7 years of God punishing, that's when God unhooks the leash and steps back for
Let's see
7
what
years.
happens.
And then, no, because he's going to turn mankind, because we're so sinful, he's going to turn mankind in on itself and just let us. But then he also takes away death, so you ain't going to be able to die. So it's going to be very bad, because then that's when the plagues come and all this and that. But, Revelation's very hardcore to read and understand, but it's in there. It tells you step by step what's going to go through and how it's going to come. So,
It's wild.
yeah, bro.
And there's so much symbolism out there. Like, of King Solomon's seals,
Yep.
demon seals?
Yep.
Apparently the emojis in your phone. But I showed you this before.
Yeah.
Or you told me this.
They're in dots
That
that
fit the
connects-
seals.
That fits the seals.
And you're like, okay. But then you
Yeah.
see the seal, you see the emoji beside it, you're like, holy crap, that's
Yeah.
the seal for whatever demon.
yeah.
And we use it every
I don't.
freaking day.
I don't use
Society.
emojis. Yeah.
And I heard that if you have a butterfly tattoo, that's how demons know the other demons. If I have a butterfly tattoo and you have a butterfly tattoo, the demons know that I'm in charge. You know what I mean? That's what I hear. Butterfly tattoos on people mean that's how demons communicate with each other. Yep.
Oh,
okay.
man. The Ninjas of Butterfly, one dude has a butterfly tattoo on his arm right there.
Apparently, that's how they communicate with each other.
Wow, bro. And they're Christian. They talk about being
Mhm.
Christian. So that's,
I don't think it's 100%.
yeah.
I mean, butterflies are a very powerful symbol, transformation, change.
Yeah.
But apparently, it used to be people's skulls and stuff on their bodies.
Yeah.
And like, and now this water has memory, and water can be influenced by your words and what container it's in. Like Liquid Death is a water company.
Yeah.
Have you heard about water having memory?
I know Liquid Death is carbonated water.
It's not straight water too. They have just straight
Oh,
canned
okay.
water as well.
The
It's
only
not
one
in
I've
a
ever
plastic
saw
jug, so
was
it's
like
aluminum.
mineral.
Yeah, but the aluminum can's lined with plastic. People are stupid.
Yeah.
So they put petri dishes with water
Yeah.
on top of O'Reilly's right here. My O'Reilly symbol. I don't know if you can see
In
it.
a
people.
sterile environment.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just water. Just water sitting here, and they let it sit. They freeze. They take it away. They freeze that petri dish, and the water forms that design. If you put it on top of a skull picture, take it off and freeze it, it'll be a skull picture in the water. I always want to try this.
Oh.
Water has memory. Water has, you put energy and thought into it. That's why they say Liquid Death, a monster, and all this shit. In the Liquid Death, and they say that water has a lot of stuff's coming out about that kind of stuff, and it's just like, does it have memory? Is it a thing? Is it real? I saw a video of a dude talking to a tree.
Oh, and then it come down.
It come down and touch his freaking face.
Well,
I know.
I think it's fake.
I know.
I think there could be somebody off camera with the lens.
Oh, it's so easy to do that. You could fake that here in a minute.
Yeah.
But it brings up a good question. I mean, are there sentient beings? They are. I'm assuming.
What, trees and stuff?
Yeah.
I believe they have they are a life form.
Yeah.
Of some sort, but I don't think they.
Well, they grow a
not
canopy
sentient.
and they won't touch each other on purpose.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of cool. I got a weird theory in my head about how psychics actually work. Like if you're on the other end of the planet, or you're like at your house and I'm here, and I'm thinking about you and you're thinking about me. I think that trees communicated, hopped it to I don't know, or plants. They have plants. They hooked up plants to like meters and electrolysis, whatever, and a plant will change when the person's heading home. I tell you that before.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah. Huh.
Ash and Burns
Hour 20.
podcast.
We
This is a
all
good
over
one,
it.
dude. And we had a good flow on this one.
Yeah.
We stay consistent, working out. We're tired. AI scary and awesome. Awesome, scary.
Nope. No awesome. Just straight nope.
And Mars might be a moon of a planet that's not there no more.
Yeah.
The government is holding us down. Satan
Definitely lying.
is everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
He's the governor of the world right now.
Right here in this room, I could find something. That right there, the Lich King.
Yeah.
I mean, there's something as innocent as this Salt America sticker. I don't know the certificates, but something. You know what I mean? Viking, not Christian. Are they heathen or are they Satanist? I don't know. They're pagan.
So,
Is that Satan?
What?
I mean,
Jesus said, "If you're not with me, you're against me." So,
this right here, witchcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a sticker of a lady with a heart everywhere, and our kids don't even see it. And sometimes, like I said, I'll sit around and go, "Holy crap!" It's right in front of our face every day. Evil, because I do believe in evil and good.
Yeah.
I don't know what they manifest as. I don't know if it's Satan or Jesus, Christianity, Buddha. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do believe in evil and good. And I really believe in decency. That's very important to me, decency towards other people.
Yeah.
I wish I could be off the chain and just be like, not decent. I do sometimes just because it's easy on me. But I don't like it. Anyway.
Yeah. It's harder to be to walk that Christian life. A lot of people are like, "Oh, Christian are weak."
It's damn near impossible. Because we were talking upstairs. You can't say certain words. You can't pick on certain religions.
Yeah.
But you can say whatever you want about a Christian.
Yeah.
And no one will defend you.
Exactly.
This one guy said something like, if you hear about a mass shooting and then in your brain you're like, Islamic terrorist. And people go, well, you don't know. I'm like, he said, I hope I'm getting this right. He says, if you hear about a mass shooting, killing the people, Jesus didn't teach that.
Nope.
He's never taught that.
Nope.
Never. So if they say they're Christian, they're not following Jesus, so they're not Christian.
Yep.
Right? If you hear that's Islamic or something like that shooting people up, Muhammad taught that.
Yep.
Muhammad taught kill the infidels. He did himself. So how can you sit there and go, you can't say that? They believe that. They do that.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Because
Because you can pick on Christianity all day. I can say whatever I want to right now, and nothing will get banned. Nothing will happen to me. They say that you can't talk about who's in charge. Like, if you want to find out who's in charge, talk about them. Or you know what I'm saying? What's that saying? I think I'm saying it wrong, though.
I get the gist.
If you want to find out who's at top, criticize them.
And when you're shut down,
Yeah,
bingo.
but it's different with Christianity.
Yeah.
I want a Christian world and all the forms of Christianity, except maybe, Templars. Whack!
Yeah.
It's the badass. But there's just also this one picture of Islam living in a Christian country. They're smiling, they're happy, they're living their Muslim life.
Mm-hmm.
Muslims in a Christian country. Yay! Christians in a Muslim country on their heads and knees getting their head chopped off.
Yep.
So what's that tell you? I'm sorry.
Yep.
That worries me. Europe has gone to hell, dude. Britain, Ireland, Paris.
I'm all about freedom of religion, but
Yes.
when your religion tries to take over our government, then you shouldn't be in power.
Well, our religion did take over the government that was here, Christianity. But again, if something's going to take over, God, at least it'd be that one. Or maybe Buddhists or pacifists.
Well, like out of the 40 founding fathers, only like 4 or 5 of them were Christian.
Really?
Yeah.
You think all of them would be?
No, they based the Constitution off Judeo-Christian teachings but as far as Thomas Jefferson claimed to be a Christian, but he ripped out certain pages that he didn't agree with, and if you take away any of God's authority, then you're not really following
Well,
God.
George Washington was a Freemason, and I don't see how you can be a Christian Freemason.
Yeah.
What I know about it.
Yeah.
From
what I
unless
do
you
too,
lie
with
to
all-
yourself.
with all the pledges you have to do, you kind of go against
Symbolism.
it. Yep.
Like I said, that's why I quit. I'm not part of it no more. I'm just like, that's odd. Why though? Why would you? What are the Catholics, Masons? They have the Catholics have a Mason type ish Knights of something.
I have no clue, man. I don't really know a lot about
Catholic. I
Catholics.
was Catholic for a while when I was younger.
I listened to a couple of their doctrine, and I'm like, that's why I'm Protestant, man. I don't understand it.
I don't either. And they were holding information too. That's how you stay in power, withhold information, because you
Yep.
can't give out all your secrets, then you lose your power. And religious people, that's the problem with religion. People have used it as leverage,
Yep.
Until King James said, make a copy for everybody.
Yep.
No. Translate it to where everybody can read it. No, that would ruin me, just like AI coming around. That would ruin my power
The
as a
first
clergyman.
schools in America were in churches because they wanted to teach people how to read so they can read the Bible. And
Jews
that's-
are the same way. Judaism, yeah, same way. They're very intelligent because you learn to read the Hebrew because that's what the Bible's in.
Yep.
And Muslims, they're very smart. They're the reason why we still have mathematics, because the world was flipping. The Muslims stored all the knowledge for us and held it. They were scientists and mathematicians. And in the early world, when Christianity and Judea was upheaval and fighting and war and all that, Muslims were like, well, we're keeping all these records.
Yeah.
And then they're like, whoop. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
They worry me because they'll say, no, we don't do that. The Quran doesn't teach that. And they're like, oh, really? Right here is what it says. You can't find that in the Bible, other than maybe cutting dick skin off.
Well, and then they also point the back. Or do you speak Arabic? Because that's what it's written in. So unless you're a master of Arabic, if you pull up any kind of argument, then if you don't know Arabic, well, then you're misinterpreting what it truly says. You're not smart enough to read it.
That's control. That's how you keep control. That's why a bunch of stuff's locked in the Vatican for nobody to ever see in the Smithsonian. Keep control.
Yep.
Dinosaurs weren't around when we were around. Are you crazy? No, millions of years.
Yeah, giants don't exist. even
Giants
though
don't exist either in the Bible.
Smithsonians have a lot of mummified
Oh my God.
giant bones buried deep underneath their buildings.
Let's talk about this. On a day-to-day life, me and you, just an average American dude, we ourselves withhold information from our family so we can stay in power, keep somewhat control, make life easier for everybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I do. I'm kind of autistic, so I don't really keep things like purposely, but in my brain, if I filter it to be irrelevant, then I just don't talk about it.
Well, yeah, but like,
Important stuff, I'll talk to my wife about, but irrelevant stuff, like I don't tell her like driving down the road I saw this certain car because it's irrelevant information.
oh no, I'm saying like, I know of men who keep certain knowledge to themselves so they can remain in control of certain things.
Yeah, I'm not like that, boy. That's crazy.
There's some women can't pump gas.
Their parents failed them.
Their parents failed them, or this man swooped in when they were young and kept that power over them so he could stay. I mean, it happens. Managers, and like on our jobs, we're not supposed to talk about each other's pay.
Oh yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
That helps us. If I knew what you were getting paid when I was getting paid, it doesn't help them in power.
Yeah.
So that's how I think a lot of things are. It's like withheld information so I can keep power. In the Vatican, is there proof? Is there proof of existence of Jesus in the Christian way? But I wouldn't release it because then my Catholicism would go, because I pray to Mary. Mary's a person, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Technically, that's idol worship.
I agree. Yeah. I mean, if that's what that is, that's what that is.
Yeah. If you pray to anything other than God, then it is considered an idol.
I have proof that Jesus is the only way. But for years, we've prayed to Mary. I'm just hypothetical.
Yeah.
This is the proof. You'll never see it.
Yeah.
And I think that's wrong. And then I think that's the way it has to be, because we are not enlightened enough to know the real truth. We would lose our freaking AI would be nothing if we knew what really was going on. Anyway, ash&burnz@gmail.com.
That's right.
Holy crap. I like this one.
Yeah.
This is a good one. This is number 71.
71.
71, baby.
Yeah.
We're almost halfway to changing our theme song.
I think we should actually like do it ourselves.
Like doom.
You on drums.
Oh, okay. Let's work.
Since you've been practicing.
I have been
drums.
practicing. Yeah, I have been practicing.
Yeah, you make a little beat up, and then I'll come in with something. Maybe a guitar. I haven't touched a guitar in a very long time.
And just make our own song.
But I can just do a couple little chords.
That'd be brilliant, dude. I say we do it. And that'd be until what, 150, and then we change again.
Yeah. And then write a song, maybe sing. I don't know about singing, but
I'll sing it. You know me. The worse, the better. I'll sing in the team of the Macho Man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Huh.
yeah.
Let me tell you something right now. Yeah.
Man, I wish I could do it impersonations.
You just got to work at it. You can.
I feel so goofy, though.
That's the whole point.
Even when I'm by myself.
What you
I
do
start talking, I'm like, man, this is so dumb.
What you do is you find something that you can pick up on, and you build off of, like Bill Clinton. I can do Bill Clinton really good in the morning. Well, I'm Bill Clinton. I mean, his voice is just right.
Yeah.
That was the old one I could do a long time ago. Trump, I can do. Yeah, I'm not that great at Trump, but there's certain phrases I can do. It makes me feel like it's decent.
Yeah.
AJ, I think, is one of my best ones. For some reason, I think I sound really close to him. Macho Man is probably about a 4 out of 10 for me. But I still have fun. So screw it. ash&burnz@gmail.com. Oh my God, we're going forever, man. We were going to do this. We was going to do this tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we still can. Yeah.
Oh.
Yo, we can, brother.
Yeah,
we can bring down here. We can have a special episode. Yeah.
Maybe go live.
Maybe go. Hey.
And have one person.
One's better than none.
Yeah.
They're just looking at a black screen now while we're still talking.
That's all right.
You know what? Nobody watches this.
I do.
Oh yeah, dude. Actually, I do.